Hello, everyone. Nice to see you again. Welcome to my home. If you haven't seen the introduction clip to this dialogue series, I'm introducing and interviewing a very close friend, Sayo, and I hope to show you what his magical energy and everything Sayo is about. Yeah, what's happening.
What is that
So,
doing?
yeah,
Okay, obviously, my name's Paseo or Pasayo, which isn't the name I was born with, it's the name I created or an energy dynamic I've created. And I wanted to talk about names because I'm absolutely fascinated with them. I can't
yes.
do anything without looking at someone's name tag or asking someone's name, and then immediately I'm interpreting all this energy.
Uh-huh.
So my life is a complete running dialogue of energy. And this is the fascinating thing there's an energy and a language that exists every day in front of us all the time that once you get to the bottom of it or once you understand it, is such a very powerful and useful component.
What has drawn you to start this journey in your life?
Well, trying to take all the woo-woo out of it or all the fanciness, I had really unusual interests as a child. I mean, I was, and again, this isn't necessarily my mindset because I would turn around and say, if anything, I'm a very skeptical person. I
That's it.
challenge, I challenge any kind of dialogue. I don't really like wishy-washy, and I don't like flannel. I suppose the essence of what I work with is numbers. Now, I would never turn around and say to you, I'm a mathematician because I was awful, dreadful at maths. And in fact, I used to shy away from numbers.
Right.
So it's almost very ironic. It's a parody, actually, that I would actually start working with the energy and the resonance and the vibration behind numbers. I mean, numbers are more than just numbers.
Yes.
They're a language of themselves.
Yes.
And once you understand the dynamic and the energy behind number vibration, number cadence, number resonance, you will see that it closely correlates and corresponds to music, color. There's a real dynamic, and it's quite simple to learn. And I've been fortunate enough, blessed if you like, to have been able to follow a passion for many years, and it's taken me on a particular direction. It's like a winding river. I'm just getting closer and closer to the ocean, and the further I get closer to the ocean, the deeper the water gets because I've just worked and interacted with so many people. And when you're working with people, you get so much back because every single person is a clean canvas, is a new
Yes.
song for me to learn. And what I do, in essence, is I take people, I reveal them like a pop up book. We look at what's working and we enhance. We look at what's not working and we fix. Now that sounds crazy. It sounds a bit Baron Frankenstein thinking that you can tap and move and bend energy. Well, you can. This is the interesting thing. I mean, unlike most people, unless you're a performer or an artist or a woman that marries, you're not likely to change your name energy. But I have discovered in 2004 by changing my own name, because I wasn't born Paseo, that I, in fact, changed my internal and my life's dynamic.
Yeah.
And it's almost like becoming a little test subject yourself when you work on yourself. I can go off at tangents here, but simply put, we have two major dynamics in our lives. We have the dynamic from our date of births. I mean, you must have realised, everyone must have this conclusion or draw upon some sort of realisation that the numbers that we're born with must mean something.
Yes. Yeah.
From my perspective, those numbers are like coordinates.
But it's not easy, isn't it, when somebody's skeptic to get to understand the source of where this all comes and how it all clicks together.
This is the thing, you see, it's like a rabbit hole. The more you go, the further you go down the rabbit hole, there are more rabbit holes.
Yes.
I get asked this so many times. How do you make sense of this? Well, simply put, I use a mobile phone. I couldn't tell you how it works. I just know I use it.
Yes.
Now, I have an understanding how vibration works and how resonance and cadence has an effect. So the sound in our names, the phonetics in our names work a certain way that draws
Right.
certain things to us.
Okay.
But I can't explain how that works. The only thing I can tell you is I work with, obviously, we're working with letters, and letters then transfer to numbers. So I work with an energy, and it's Hebrew based.
Right.
Okay, and I don't really want to go too deep into the philosophies behind the Hebrew language,
Okay.
but there are certain circles that believe that the Hebrew language is the sacred flame language of God, and it has a power. So, simply put, to describe a syllable or a symbol, a Hebrew symbol,
Yes.
would take a sentence in English. it would take a paragraph in French.
Wow.
Such is the power of the symbol of a
Yes.
Hebrew letter.
Wow.
When you correlate those letters into numbers and then they correlate back to Hebrew,
Yes.
there's something really big afoot. It's
Yes.
it's mysterious. It's
Right.
scientific. And like I said, the best way of describing it is through sound. So I don't know if you've ever seen those little experiments where you put sand on a drum and then you put a tuning fork on the drum and then
Right.
it will consistently make the same patterns. I don't know if you've ever seen that experiment.
No.
Well, there are certain energies that are contained in the letters that we live with
Right.
that have a pattern.
Yes.
So let's say this, a letter, say the letter A, for example. We talk about letters as characters.
Yes.
Well, letters are characters. They're like a personality.
Yes.
Okay. So you have a particular letter. Say for example, the letter A. The letter A, symbolically, is the energy of energy. It's independent. It's masculine. It's free spirited. It's creative. It's a pioneering force.
Okay.
So names that begin with this letter. So if you were called Alex or Alexander or Amy or Alice.
Yeah.
You will have a natural, free-spirited, forceful energy. You won't like restriction or containment of any kind. You will always be seeking personal freedom. You have to do things your way. It makes you more single-minded.
Right.
It's a real powerful essence. If you have a name with lots of these letters in, and bearing in mind these letters have brothers and sisters and cousins that have something that do something of a similar nature, it starts bringing in or layering. So, for example, now you've taken this independent creative force.
Yeah.
When you start layering it, it starts giving you confidence, self-belief, self-conviction, self-determination, motivation.
Yes.
Yeah. Too much aggression, forcefulness. Right. So you've got to work out, it's energy. So you've got to work out how this energy works.
Yes.
And this is the beauty of what it is I do.
Right.
It helps you to explore and reveal. I don't like using the word label, but when you can put a picture to something, people can resonate and relate.
Right.
And that's what I do.
Interesting.
It's phenomenal.
Yes.
It's addictive. It's fascinating for somebody that just loves, if you like art or you like stories, you like adventure. Well, you know what? Guess what? Each and every one of you is living in one.
Yes.
And this is what makes it so fascinating.
Yes. Amazing. Even the word in Spanish, alma, 2 A's, is soul in English. I understand the meaning of what you...
Powerful. And every single letter in our name means something. A name is like a family.
Yes.
And when you have a collection of names, it's like a community. Okay? So you understand, in a family, there are politics, there are dynamics.
Yes.
When you have a community, there's going to be difference of opinions, there's going to be different feelings, there's going to be different leanings, there's going to be turbulence, there's going to be upheaval. When you understand the dynamics in your name energy, everything starts making sense. When you start coupling that with the energy dynamic that's present in your date of birth, so you understand in which direction you're moving, everything starts coming to light.
Right. Very interesting. I absolutely love it. Thank you very much, and join us for our next one. Thank you.